MURITALA LAWAL, ably represented by the National Secretary, Barrister Abdulquadri, Bolakale presidential speech. Ó ti yẹ kí eléyìí wálé láti bẹ̀rẹ̀, àmọ́ nítorí wípé àfẹ́ dáwọn bàbá wa dúró àti àwọn ètò tí ó fẹ́ gbà wá ní àsìkò la ṣe sáré tì síwájú. You are welcome, sir.
صلوا على النبي الكريم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله وسبحان الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. كلكم مريض إلى ما شفيته. ara fẹ́ ṣe díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ní kára náà kò ṣe jẹ́mú díẹ̀ Ọlọ́run yóò fún gbogbo aláyé àlàáfíà Ọlọ́run makati Madina. Ẹ̀kan tí wọ́n ní kí a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ní ọ̀rọ̀ bí ètò tá a ṣe ní gbogbo ìgbà tí ìjọba wà lọ́wọ́ wa ká tó máa kó gbá wọlé lénìí. Bàbá wa president àwọn ló yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ètò yìí ṣùgbọ́n la gbé aṣàfẹ́kù wọn láàrin ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà fi kàn mí. First president wa náà àwọn náà wọ́n sí kalẹ̀ lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ máa present pépà mi lórúkọ gbogbo wọn lápapọ̀. This is a report presented by National Secretary at the inauguration of new Executive Council of ADU. His Royal Highness, my father, the most paramount ruler of Kwara South in general, the most committed leader, the most honorable one. I say, Kabiyesi. Please, let's have that tone again. Kabiyesi. We may wish to add another strong one. Thank you, sir. His Royal Highness, the Olupo Ajaseko Chief in Council, outgoing President of ADU, all members of his team and executive arm, chairman of ADU branches all over the zones, all members of ADU here present, all our community elders here present, all the security personnel here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the outgoing Executive Council of Ajaseko Designer Union across the zone and overseas, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone here present to this August gathering for the inauguration ceremony of a newly elected members of Executive of our great union. The structure of ADU executive at the national level is a byproduct of an election, swearing ceremony of members having successfully elected into various offices as laid down in ADU Constitution. The general election conducted on the 31st March 2018 had produced volunteers with passion for growth and development of our indomitable community. We have in the executive body the personalities such as Alhaji MURITALA LAWAL, President, Alhaji Yada Yakub, Auditor, First Vice President, Alhaji Engineer Abdulrazak Alabi Olubi, Second Vice President, Barrister Abdulquadri, Bolakale Ibrahim, National Secretary, Bakari Kasim, Ulupuade, Assistant General Secretary, Comrade Ayedo, Olaita Ame, Piaro, Alhaji Lukman Kadri, Financial Secretary, Olaya Bukola, Sakirat, Assistant Financial Secretary, Maruf Musa, Treasurer, Alfa Suleiman Waidi Aribi, Youth Leader, Alhaji Balogun Adigun Shehu, Youth Social Secretary, Olabi Olajide Tohib, Assistant Social Secretary. Summary of achievement during the time. Since inauguration of 23rd June 2018, the outgoing National Executive are taking a bold step towards the development of the town in one way or the other. Consultations were made and letters written to government and its agencies requesting for provision of infrastructure facility in our community. Few of the efforts made in this regard include the establishment of University of Agriculture in Adiasepo. We are still fighting it out. By the grace of God, our university is coming soon. Inshallah. Upgrading of Cottage Hospital at Adiasepo to the General Hospital is on course too. Construction of about 12 township road in Adiasepo. Construction of triangular roundabout along Ilorin-Lokoja Road, Adiasepo. Additional walls and polling units in Adiasepo. One sought for permission of state government for the connection of the 5 motorized borehole drilled by philanthropists and engineers of Adiasepo to government water reservoir at Barricade area for distribution of water to the town. The request has been granted that water is now available in most of the public water taps in Adiasepo. Requested for construction of Adiasepo Township Road, upgrading of Cottage Hospital, General Hospital, provision of solar street light, rehabilitation of Oyo Dam works, and renovation of Olupo Palace. Association of Adiasepo General Junior as non-governmental organization with the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. This led to the supply of some palliative materials during the COVID period. They even gave us some financial support. Request was also made and granted for the release of former post office building land for proposed Adu National Secretariat, and we have the approval granted by NIPO's headquarters, Abuja. Request made and granted for the establishment of National Security and Civil Defense Corps Command in Adiasepo. Adu made the proposal to government for the introduction of entrepreneurship training to comprehensive high schools. In the comprehensive high school, Adiasepo curriculum. The then Honorable Commissioner for Education and Capital Development has shown interest in the proposal and promised to act on it for the benefit of all secondary schools in Kwara State. A discharge letter written by Adu in opposition to requests made by some political heirs in Omara for relocation of Kwara South Senatorial District headquarters from Adiasepo to Mara. The letter was addressed to Senator Lola Ashiru, Senator representing Kwara South Senatorial District in the National Assembly. The letter was timely written and had altered the plan for the relocation during the period. Request was also made for Metro Line Express train station in Adiasepo, addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transport, Garke Abuja. The line is coming from Ibadan, Link Aberi, Araromi Obate, along Alade College, Adiasepo, and we pass through Afon Assis as a local government. If granted, it will boost the economic condition of Adiasepo. Letter requesting for additional polling unit yielded positive results. Adu had proposed and the establishment of international market along road, Adiasepo, sponsoring the hearing of goodwill messages on radio stations and use the same medium to commiserate with victims of unavoidable incidents, sending of congratulatory letters to our personality on occasion of their elevation and appointment. Adu had in some ways intervened in settlement of dispute among the people of the community. Summary of Adu financial status: the son of 212,000 naira 773 was the balance inherited at the inauguration of the outgoing executive in 2018, and being the amount kept in Adu account with Zenith Bank. The total receipt is the sum of 5,527,222 naira. Total expenses is the sum of 4,778,656 naira. Balance at bank is in the sum of 961,299. Summary of project: Adu supervise and influence their executions. Repair of damaged classroom at Muslim Community Primary School. Here we have clearing of bushes and removal of trees on the proposed site for Adu National Secretariat Complex. Adu is currently paying the sum of 20,000 naira monthly for the operator in charge of town borehole. Adu at branches and national level serves as link, spearheading the request of the community for the construction of doctors' quarters at Cottage Hospital in partnership with IDO America, UK, and other philanthropists. IDO in partnership with IDO America and UK carried out summer school program for students in our community, establishment of police patrol vehicle, setting up of committee on renovation of Olupo Palace. IDO initiated National Congress for the purpose of fostering peace, unity, and progress in our community. General innovation of comprehensive high school Ajasepo all students, including some of the IDO members who are members of AXOS. The project include innovation of administrative block, provision of industrial borehole, innovation of library, innovation of laboratory, innovation of principal quarters, innovation of classrooms. Purchase of one big photocopy machine and generation set. Presently, more works are ongoing on innovation exercise at the school premises, sponsored by the host. ADO also participated in the supervision and distribution of COVID palliative material. Critical observation on our internal challenges. Our internal challenges are numerous, but the summary that we put on record. I'm promoting the good image of our enriched traditional heritage and focus on unity and peaceful coexistence, reforming our political structure to identify distinguished politicians and integrating them into a well-constituted committee of ADO for the purpose of strengthening the youth political will and encourage their participation in politics for the benefit of our town. Establishment of more tertiary institutions as a pillar for community development. Religious tolerance devoid of ethno-religiosity should be encouraged for the purpose of promoting a agenda for peace and harmony at all levels, encouraging financial commitment of all indigenous and taking responsibility of matters in connection with achieving our aims and objectives, and thereby reviving Ajasepo glory among the community in Kwara State and Nigeria in general. We should look inward in fashioning out new development plans on ways to reserve lands for industrial development, educational institution site, and for other infrastructural development purposes. To further our collective and individual agitation for the return of Vile Walede local government area with Ajasepo retaining its headquarters. Tackling of insecurity in the community through neighborhood watch. Final completion and utilization of Ajasepo Town Hall. External challenges. There will have been no external challenges if the ruling houses and people in general are up to the task of making the town worthy of our historical prestige and win more accolades. United we stand, divided we fall. If we are united, we stand to be stronger, focused, able to surmount our problem posed by those that have taken the advantage of our disunity to usurp our prestigious heritage. Humble commendations. Our commendation goes to His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Highness, His Royal Majesty the Olupo of Ajasepo. With due respect, Oba Ismail Mohammed Yahya Atului Alibius and his chief in council for their astute leadership quality and fatherly support to execute our pre-planned objective for development of our historical town, counseling for the incoming ADO executive. Experience is the mother of invention. The new incoming executive is lucky to have as president an experienced man of outstanding character and person of Alhaji Maruf Atada Musa, who has served along with other members of the outgoing executive and re-elected. I wish to employ the incoming executive to remodel our image, forgive and forget the old wound being nursed by individual against one another. Focus on new agenda set to liberate our town from the yoke of undevelopment. Find ways of improving generation of funds for the running of the union's activities. And move ahead to promote unity, which is the basis for social, economic, political, and cultural growth and development of our great town. The outgoing executive plans to complete the town hall and construction of ADO Secretariat should be the focus of the new administration. On this note, I thank everyone here present. May God bless you. May Allah guide you. May Allah enrich you with the power of your knowledge and intellectual proficiency. Thank you. Have a seat.
Powerful National Secretary of Ajasepo Descendants Union,